We out here, Cloudon Park. You see I'm out in nature. You see the beautiful leaves on the ground. You see the beautiful trees. I just enjoy being out in nature. I enjoy it. This is the first park, like I said before, that I started doing my nature talk. This is another part of the park that I've yet to be able to, do some things. This is just another part of the park. Yeah. I just enjoy being out in nature. Where I did my other videos, I did them, at the other park, at the other part of the park. Look how beautiful this look. This is why I'm recording this. God does everything well. God does everything well. I think we got a football here. Somebody left a football. Yep. But God does everything well. He does everything well. I guess I'm going to park and do this video right here with this tree. It seems very, very peaceful right here. So I think I'm gonna park right here as I do this video. Yeah, somebody left a football. Excuse me, somebody left a football. But let me make sure I ain't sitting in no. I almost fell again. I ain't sitting in nothing I ain't got no business sitting in. Yeah, but yeah, man, I'm enjoying this fresh air, being in this park, being out in nature. You got to get outdoors. You got to get outdoors. The only video that I haven't done yet that I really want to do, I want to do a snow video. Yeah, I want to do a snow video when the snow is coming down. I've done a video in every weather condition except the snow. I've done videos in the cold. I've done videos in the rain. I've done videos when it was sunshine. I've done videos when it was cloudy. The only video that I wasn't able to do was a video in the snow. But this winter, I'm looking forward to doing a snow video, even if it's a short one. Last snowstorm we had, it wasn't really snowing that well, and I was at work most of the time that it was snowing. By the time I got out, it wasn't snowing no more. But I digress. Let's get this joint going. Let's get this topic going. It's time. It's time. It's time. That's right. We got a double header. A double header today. Gave y'all a video earlier. Make sure y'all check that out. Bruce Lee thumbnail. And today, and right now, you're getting another video. That's right, a double header. As you can see, we got rest in peace. We got Malcolm X and we got Betty Shabazz in the thumbnail. Rest in peace to both Malcolm X and Betty Shabazz. They were a married couple. I'm not sure how long they were married. They were married up until Malcolm X's death. They didn't get divorced. Okay. When he left the Nation of Islam, she left the Nation of Islam. Okay, but I digress. Let's get to the topic. Let's get to the quote. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. That is the most famous quote from the late Malcolm X. And what does standing for something mean? Standing for something means being assertive, taking a stand, believing in something, respecting yourself. Because like I said before, everything starts with you. Malcolm X stood for respect of oneself. He stood for being treated with respect, being treated like a human being. And during the 60s and the 50s, African American people weren't treated as human beings. African American people weren't respected like we are now. And it's because of people like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and the list goes on. It's because of those people that I have the rights that they didn't have back then. And it's because they stood for something. They took a stand. They were assertive. Okay? Malcolm X stood for being faithful to his wife. Betty Shabazz was faithful to her husband. He stood for having a neat, clean appearance. Whether he was clean cut when he was with the Nation of Islam or whether he had the goatee when he was by himself. He stood for taking care of your children, spending time with your children. He stood for being faithful to his ministry until he couldn't be faithful to his ministry being with the Nation of Islam. And the reason why he left the Nation of Islam because Elijah Muhammad didn't take ownership of fathering multiple kids from women in the Nation of Islam. And Malcolm X said if he would have just owned up to it, I would have had respect for him, you know. But he didn't. So Malcolm left. And also Malcolm was a scholar when it came to being a Muslim, you know. And when he went to Mecca, he found out that there were Caucasian Muslims and there were Muslims of all walks of life. He wasn't taught that in the Nation of Islam. And I'm not here to really talk about, you know, that situation. I'm just going to talk about it briefly. But as a man, as a woman, you got to take a stand and be assertive. You got to stand for something. And there's 3 types of assertiveness: humble assertiveness, arrogant assertiveness, aggressive assertiveness. Humble assertiveness is just standing your ground in a very calm, cool, collected way because you know who you are. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to get out of character. Arrogant assertiveness is when you get attacked, from my experience, and you stand your ground. You know who you are. You're not going to let nobody attack you and tell you who you are, what you can, what you can't do, what your worth is. You check people. And then the third one is aggressive assertiveness, which is just, you know, being willing to stand no matter what. If it means getting disciplined on your job, if it means getting fired on your job, you're taking that stand. You know, everything starts with you. You know, you got to respect yourself. You got to be assertive with yourself. You got to always stand from a position of strength. In the words of Miles Davis, If we're going to be wrong, we're going to be wrong strong. You know? So I encourage you today. Stand for something. Respect yourself. Hold yourself to a standard. Be assertive with yourself first. Hold yourself to a standard. And then you'll be assertive with other people. Now, I don't know if I talked about this in another video, but if I did, so what? Like I said, it's certain topics that you could never talk about enough. So today, learn from Malcolm X, Malcolm Shabazz, to stand for something. Because if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. Enjoy your day, enjoy your week, and always remember, every day get a little bit better. Every week get better. Every month get a lot better. And every year get a whole lot better. Because days become weeks, weeks become months, months become years, and years become decades. Because it's time, it's time, it's time. Enjoy your day. Listen to nature. Listen to the birds.